Now.
So, last time we picked up after the child had just been abducted by the frog creature. Eaten. Abduction via eating. And
abduction via the mouth.
Exactly. And then the frog thing had like sunk down to the bottom of the river with the child in its mouth. And the other two, so Professor Thaddeus and Click Clack, were like, let's be heroes and shit. Let's save the day.
No. Absolutely not.
Thaddeus wanted to get in on the
Kill
action.
something. We wanted to go and hunt the frog.
We wanted to go for a hunt, basically.
Thaddeus
saving the kid too, a bit.
Thaddeus suggested a hunt, not for the sake of being heroic, just because he wanted to kill something, apparently. And they charged forwards to the river, and they were talking about jumping in the river, and then the GM may have discreetly suggested that was a bad idea. And but thankfully there was another frog that came out, and there was a fight between Thaddeus and Click Clack and the frog. And Spanners managed to somehow pull himself together long enough to run up to the river, activate a mine, and throw it into the river. And it sank down like a depth charger and exploded and hurt the frog at the bottom of the river, causing it to come up onto the bank and spit out the child. And then more fighting ensued, and we managed to kill both frogs and save the child and return it to the parents. And the parents were like, oh, thank you. We'd like to reward you. We were like, no, there's no need. But we gave them our details anyway, and therefore they may or may not contact us about a reward. Then we went back to our hotel room. Well, I mean, Spanners was dragged because he fell unconscious after that. Went back to our hotel room, slept. And then we woke up the next day, and Dr. Beige told us to come on down to the junkyard because all of the junk was being delivered. And we had breakfast, and we went down to the junkyard. And then there was an activity where we had to try and find good bits of junk for the scrap heap challenge. And Spanners did shit, and the other two did well. We got some stuff. And then after all of the scavenging was done, I don't remember. Oh, there was a talk on bounty hunting, which Click Clack went to, but Spanners needed to go and have a lie down. And so Spanners didn't go, Click Clack did. Did Thaddeus come back with Spanners to the hotel room?
I think so.
I don't think you went for a lay down. I think you went to work on your your bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And then the bounty hunter thing, the bounty hunter was clearly there against his will. He was there reluctantly, not against his will necessarily. And Click Clack went and met him afterwards. Click Clack was fanboying a little bit and went and met him. They had a chat. And then can't remember what happened next. I haven't got notes.
He announced that we still had bounties on us. Well, Click Clack still, like as a courtesy, he said, "Hey, you've still got a bounty out on you." But basically, it's not worth him collecting because it was a small one or whatever.
It was also against convention rules.
Oh yeah, that was true.
Yeah, against convention rules to do bounty hunting.
But key moment was that Click Clack did see Dr. Beige there.
And then avoided him, and then was like, oh, that was weird. When we reconvened and some other stuff happened, right?
So at some point, Dr. Beige rang us and said, I'm trapped in the scrapyard. Help. And then we went and rescued him.
That's what you were doing while I was watching the panel, I think.
Yeah. So Spanners and Thaddeus managed to create a distraction at the gate. Spanners by pretending he'd dropped his keys to his spaceship in there. And so we did help Dr. Beige to escape the scrapyard. And then Dr. Beige was like, hey, come on, hang out. And we're all like, nah. And he was like, come on, hang out. I've got some cool shit to show you. Spanners was like, okay, fine. But the other two were like, nah, fuck this. We don't want to hang out with Dr. Beige. We're going to go back to the hotel. And Spanners went back to Dr. Beige's hotel room and was like, hey, look at the stuff I've got. Spanners was like, okay, yeah, cool. And then crucially, he was like, oh, by the way, I bumped into this Amareth lady. Well, he didn't say her name, but he said, I bumped into this lady who looked like Lem. And as it turns out, then Amareth has fucking framed him. She managed to use Dr. Beige's jacket to frame him for her dodgy dealings that she's been up to. And Spanners rang her up and was like, oi, what are you doing framing Dr. Beige? And she was like, hey, he's useless. And Spanners was like, yeah, but he's ours. How dare you? You could have picked anyone here, but you picked our guy, you bitch. And we ended that. That's my paraphrased version of it. I'm sure I've forgotten loads of things. Do you want to add anything else?
I don't think you forgot a lot. There was only one thing in the middle. You went to the underground market, the black market that Beige took you to, and you spent some credits, 400 credits on upgrading some of your percentage rolls. Did a roll, and then you could spend the credits in order to replace one of your items. And then
there was also some substitutions on your part scavenging because hungover Spanners did so poorly, and people wanted him to have the bestest of pod races.
Oh yes, that's true.
And other than that, I don't think there was anything that you missed, other than Spanners being very angry at Bort for his part in the way you felt, and that was a bit about it, I think. Other than you working on some, you were going to have a break, weren't you? That's where you were working on your items, and then you decided it was time to take a break, and that's when Beige called you for some help because he was stuck in the scrapyard. However,
we actually called Beige because we were going out for dinner at that little place, and then we called Beige to say, listen, we're going for dinner, do you want to join us? And he was like, well, I'm stuck.
Also, he didn't get out scot-free. He got chased by a big cat or a cat-like creature, didn't he? And got a little scritching.
Yeah, he got a bite or something on his arm. He also told you that his hotel, which he charged to the Parrot account, was 750 credits. Of which you were very upset about. We're going to talk to him when their time was appropriate. So, where we are at with crafting and bits and pieces, we are with Ross at 82% in terms of build quality. We've got Nick at 66, Richard at 78, and Andrew at 49%. So just retconning a little bit of what happened last week. Before he powered down, he gave you a schematic of a voice modulator that he was going to build for his cybernetics project. This allows the user to change pitch, tone, language, whatever, and that's what he was going to build. And he gave you the schematic so you could look for parts. We did the rolls, Andrew and I, in the chat. You can see them in the result. And we've made no modifiers to those at the moment. So they were bits and pieces that you guys collectively found for him while doing your own. However, he is out. He's not going to be able to do the project, so you guys are going to have to do it for him if you want to continue.
What's the name of the bounty hunter?
Dengar. Dengar.
And what was the name of his ship?
He wasn't given it.
Yeah, he didn't give it to you. But you wanted to make it look like it, didn't you? 1 second.
So the name of the class of ship, then, I guess.
Punishing One is the physical name of the ship, and it is a Jump Master 5000. I was going to tell you that its actually name was something else, but then I realised it's part of my story and not not the ship, so I'm not going to tell you that. Right, so we picked...
One more question. Sorry, Dan.
No worries, far away.
So, can you just remind me what it was that Amareth was doing? Was she going to kill Illiton Hitch? Because she had a mission and we had a mission, and her mission was to...
She was going to...
Is that not what she told us?
No, she didn't say she was going to kill him. She was going to, while you guys did the information heist, she was going to go and try and get cozied up to Illiton Hitch in order to try and get some information after sharing with you that the Empire is involved in some capacity and there's...
No, but in last session, I'm sure she said that as Beige, or that Beige would be responsible for his death. Or that as Beige she killed him.
We both came away thinking that.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you've said it. I was like, yes, I remember my sentence now on it. Yes, so as far as you're concerned, she's framing Beige for Illithon's death.
Yeah.
But whether it's happened or not yet.
I don't think she actually said that.
She inferred that he would be responsible for, would be the one. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why Spanish got shitty with her on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, if
My friends here would like had a bit of fun and then they left, but
very concerned.
Dan's frowning. Did we get the wrong end of the
no,
stick?
I'm actually just watching the video from last week, just briefly, quickly, to try and remember what I said. One second. One of our people, and they said that they knew Lynn.
Shot of Dr. Beige, and he says, I wouldn't leave that sort of thing to him.
By the way, Richard, I had for dinner
She's
tonight
borrowed your jacket and
Greek
asked
potato
you to
stew,
inspire someone.
which I made it non-vegan by adding feta and beef in it, but it was delicious. Like potatoes, tomatoes, and olives. And some spices and a bit of lemon. It was really, really good.
I think I've had something like that before, and it was very nice.
So, she said, or he said, that Amareth had asked him to expire someone. And
that was it.
And then you called, and then she said, well, he's basically a patsy.
Was I still on the phone to her when you called the end of the session?
You'd basically just sort of said she was a bitch or don't do it, and then it cut the session. Yeah.
And then did she hang up, or did Dan?
She hung up to say good luck, basically. In a nutshell, she was like, good luck. But she'd told you that he is basically the patsy, and he had told you that she asked him to expire someone. In the chat you had with her, you said you shouldn't really be leaving that type of stuff to Beige. But then she said, well, don't worry, he's just my patsy anyway.
Okay. Should we pick up from there?
Exactly there, yeah.
Okay. Spanis will turn to Dr. Beige and say, what exactly have you agreed with her?
Oh, I didn't agree anything. They asked me to expire somebody. I said that wasn't my area of expertise. I tried to show them some tablets, and then they were gone. And he gets out these stone tablets from his backpack. I said, they're fascinating, but she was gone. And that's where my jacket was gone too.
I see.
Something very strange, though. She said she was confirming my identity, and she scanned me with some device.
Okay. And then Spanis will ring Professor Thaddeus. Click, click. And explain everything that's gone down.
If I recall, they were walking back to the hotel, weren't they?
Yeah. We were either walking back or we'd gotten back.
Oh, no, we must be back because I'd gone and set up in the workshop.
That's right. You'd set yourself up on sentry duty, but sleeping with the equipment. That's right.
So, Spanis would explain all of that and say, I think we need to get Dr. Beige off the planet immediately and scrub his name from the hotel register.
Don't think that's a possibility. They have blocked all travel to the shipyards for 2 days while the convention's on.
Yeah.
We could get him eaten by a frog.
And how will that help, Professor Thaddeus?
Well, no one would find him there.
I prefer an option where he gets to live.
Agreed. As would I.
As would I. I've got much more work to do in this galaxy. Would you like to look at these tablets, Spanis, or are you busy?
I'm busy trying to save your life, Professor.
Sorry. Put them away looking very dejected.
I'll look at them later. Clack, any suggestions?
None that involve him being alive.
We could speak to Amareth and find out what she's actually done. The details. We may be able to unpick it. But we can't go so far as to implicate her, because I think Lynn would be a little bit upset.
I don't care about Amareth anymore. She's framed our guy. I don't care if she gets caught anymore.
I don't care about her either. I do care that she has a kill switch that could do something bad to me. And I do care that Lynn cares. And that's why I'd rather we don't implicate her. But if it has to come down to a choice, then I agree, Spanis. Then she should take the fall. Because it's her that fucked this up.
Well, she hung up on me. Why don't you try calling her? See if you'll have more luck than I did.
You saw how she responded when I turned up. There's no one else she's talking to.
Perhaps we could gain footage from the gate of the scrapyard to show Beige sneaking out at the time where he was apparently in the convention centre to prove that he was not there. That's the wrong voice. that is Isar's voice, not. What was it? I don't know. I don't know whose voice that was. It was both. There we go. Perhaps if you want to clear his name, proving he wasn't there would be the best idea. Amareth can be dealt with in other ways.
That's a great plan. But we need to find out what the hell she's actually done. Does Beige know who they asked him to expire?
You're on speaker. Beige, speak up.
No, I don't know. She just asked, and I said no, and I wanted to show her my tablets, and after taking the scan, she took my jacket. I like that jacket.
Have you got it back yet?
No.
Okay. I think we need to speak to Amareth. But yes, we also need to get the footage. Click, clack. That was a great idea.
I've got an idea. Why don't you two see if you can find Amareth? Good plan. And I will see if I can sequester Dr. Beige somewhere safely. I have an idea. It's probably best you don't know where I'm going to sequester him just yet. But I'll hide Dr. Beige. You find Amareth. How does that sound?
Don't you trust us with the information, Spanis?
Well, I'm just imagining a scenario where you're caught by security. Exactly. Plausible deniability.
Okay, just keep on the comms in case something goes wrong.
Will do.
And you're not going too far, are you? Because we want to be able to help you if you get in a jam.
We'll be close.
I have just a small point that might be of some concern. If we confront Amareth, Thaddeus and I, and she has a switch that will change Thaddeus's programming, it may not be best to confront her with Thaddeus. Unless you want her to lose a limb.
We're gonna have to go in there diplomatically, and then we should
It
be
just
okay.
might escalate the situation potentially, is all I was concerned about. Some of you have more compunction than others in terms of maiming and death. It might be a better idea for Thaddeus to hide Beige and Spanners to come with me, as he has some relationship with her.
Well, I just figured seeing as I'm standing next to Dr. Beige, it might be more convenient for me to hide him.
I am quite happy to
Nick knows
continue
that.
building. I'm quite happy to continue building our projects. I'm happy to work on them all while you two take care of this bit of business. Click clack, are you happy to confront Amareth in a way that doesn't lead to her immediate demise? Please, Colin. You're breaking up there.
I'm not sure if that is wise.
Just as Click-Clack finishes the sentence of the word wise, you hear bong, 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 bong on the storage door, which is where Click-Clack is, right? I'm not sure if Thaddeus is in the same place.
Yeah, we would have gone together.
It pauses a few seconds and bong, 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 bong.
Who is it?
Delivery!
Does it sound
At
like
this
Amareth?
time of night.
Doesn't sound like Amareth though. Just it sounds like someone on helium.
Go and open the door.
It's just this kind of short alien boy, basically, and he goes, "Are you the crew of the Pilfered Parrot Pioneers?" That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, great, thank you. Here you go. And he picks up a box from the floor. Goes, "This is for you, from the family that you saved the
Thank
child from."
you.
You guys are famous around here. You saved a child. It's amazing. Anyway, don't leave it out in the warm. It's got some fresh produce in there. Thank you. And you see him scamper
He'll
off.
give the boy, before he runs off, he'll give him 20 credits.
Thank you. See him running off towards down, obviously, the line of all the storage units.
Go and find a
What's in the box?
work surface and move some tools and stuff out of the way so that there's space to put the box on. Shall we see what's in here? Oh, I'm very jealous of that can of Guinness. Get jealous of you.
Zero there.
Oh, okay. No, I'm less. I was going to say jealous of you drinking the Guinness, not the I'm not jealous of the can
Damn.
being on your lips. I'm drinking. It's you drinking the Guinness, but then it's
Sure, Nick. Sure.
it's alcohol free. I don't care. Yeah, we'll like move some stuff out of the way, put it on the side, and say, and let's see what's in this box of delights.
So you open it up and you see all kinds of packaging of food and some bottles of liquid for drink and a note on the top that reads, "Thank you ever so much for saving my child. The third time this year he's been grabbed by those frog monsters." Anyway, if I ever could be of service to you, please contact me, and it's a contact number, and it's signed Messelin de Guro, which is Messelin space D flying apostrophe Quoo, and I probably said that entirely wrong how I meant to write it and say it.
Le coup.
Le Coup, but that's going to go how it is. And it's just very nice. Thank you, basket.
Like a food hamper, basically.
I
Food
have
hamper.
no use for anything in here. Fantastic. Very thoughtful gift.
This
But
will
you
be-
enjoy it.
None of this food is living.
We didn't really do it to save the kid, though, did we?
I
was
feel
fun
like
feeling with-
Spanners deserves this with his moral obligations.
Good idea. Let's put it in the fridge for Spanners. Are there any tracking devices or spying or listening devices in this crate?
We'll let you guys have a look at that and scan it and spend a
Yeah.
few minutes doing that. There is a small knock at the door, Richard. Room service. How can I help?
Good. Leave the trolley.
You haven't ordered yet, sir.
He ordered loads of food
Oh, okay.
and drink to be delivered. Enough that would warrant a trolley.
Oh, right, fair enough. Okay. So he comes up with a trolley, and you say, "Leave the trolley." He goes, "Yes, sir. Isn't this Dr. Beige's room?"
Spanners will open the door and say, "No, I'm not Dr. Beige. You must be mistaken. Here's a big tip. Off you go."
Oh, okay. Does he want his order from last night brought up?
What was it?
What was it? What he told you? I've got some guests downstairs that like to party, and he has got the party suite.
Are they ladies of the night?
Oh yes, sir.
Oh, just tell them they're cancelled. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you for the tip.
And then Spanners will bring the trolley in and close the door.
Oh, did he ask about the ladies of the night?
Yes.
Are they coming up?
No, they're not, Dr. Beige. I don't think you understand the peril that you're in.
Spanners, we could have had a wonderful time in the hot tub.
No.
Oh,
No, Dr. Beige.
dinner in the hot tub?
You're in peril. Look, we can eat this quickly and then we're going to go, okay?
You don't.
Stuffy face, come on.
You don't eat this type of fish quickly. You savor the taste.
No time for that. Quick. And Spanners will quickly start eating because he's starving. And I don't know if you want me to put a light side point, but I'll go for the classic movie trope of there being, white cloth over the trolley, and he's going to get Dr. Beige to climb into the trolley, and he's going to wheel him downstairs. And
I will let you flip over a light side point so that you don't have to make any rolls to deceive anyone. However, when he's downstairs, just for comic value, someone sitting close by sees the sheet waft in the wind, and Beige goes, "Sorry." Right, so you guys wanted to look for spy things or something like that in the package before you start it. What role would you like to give me?
I don't have any devices or anything that does it, so mine would just be perception.
Okay.
I will just be percepting. What is Click Clack going to be doing?
Don't know. Hang on. Click-Clack is going to be... What Click-Clack's going to be doing is finding his character sheet. I think it's ISAR that has all the fun stuff that would just let us go... Whoop. Yeah. Mechanics. To identify small pieces of electronics.
Okay, let's say that you've got
Let's see. No, hang on.
maybe a pat tester or something in your tools.
But yeah, he's maybe. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna use a mechanics check to see if Click Clack is smart enough to do what Nick knows, and that's to go and find a radio and scan through the frequencies of the radio to see if you can find interference from a listening device nearby.
Okay, go. Average and average. Congratulations. You find no listening device. No tracking device. No cameras.
But we succeeded.
But you
So
succeeded.
surely we found him.
We successfully found that there wasn't anything.
Exactly. Thaddeus, you're picking up like the foodstuffs and looking at the foodstuffs, and congrats, obviously scanning across the thing. But between the both of you, you go through this entire box, which is very nicely made, and find no devices for listening, spying, anything along those lines.
It would be quite improper for those people to repay the saviours of their multiplication output with trickery.
It's true. My suspicion was more that one of those other nasty groups had intercepted the delivery guy or something, you know, and popped something in there. Doesn't hurt to be extra safe.
Does not.
So are you going to go and chat to Amaranth? Did we ever decide who was doing what? I'm happy to just keep working on things, tinkering away.
Do we know where she is?
No, not at all. But you're a bounty hunter. Isn't this what you do?
It's my day
mean,
off.
Half of what you do. Do half of what you do, not all of it.
Oh, do or do not. There is no maybe. I can go and attempt to locate her tonight whilst we still have time to react to whatever has happened.
Well, you let me know. Do you want me to come with you? Shall I stay here and work on things?
It
feel
might
like
be best for you. Well, I'm just saying, if she reaches for that device, she's losing the hand.
Then let me stay here and work. I'll keep working on everyone's devices and see if I can. It's an edge.
Also, protect us from anyone trying to gain entry to steal parts.
Yeah. The last thing we need is some diabolical sabotage.
I shall head out then. Oh, before I do that, we should probably check to see about those bounties. Bounty. And Click Clack will access the bounty hunter web and check. Corroborate the information he was given by Dengar, and then expand the search to the rest of the party.
So when you go onto the database now, there is no direct bounty for you. He did say he was working off old data and showed you information. However, there is old bounty hunting systems. So this is a new, like a global bounty hunt system. There is back channels, so it might be worth asking him a question a bit more about that.
But there's like 2 bounty hunting systems.
Well, there's without breaking my script. There is one bounty hunter system that the system can be logged in from anyone that's registered as a bounty hunter. They can look at bounties, check things out, bits and pieces. Dengar did say that he was working off old data, but that could be an old system from Imperial Bounty. It could be an external bounty that he's working from old. But I left it as a hook for you.
There's no bounties on us.
No real-time
Okay.
bounties on you from the system you've logged in and checked. Did you check the whole crew,
Yes.
including the potentially dead ones?
You mean Oren?
No.
Okay.
I only care about the living crew.
No worries. That's fine. You don't find any bounties on living crew.
The current
didn't
crew.
check.
I don't care about old crew either. The current crew.
Just the 4 that are here.
No. The whole crew, just
Oh.
the current whole crew.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. And then once you've checked this, you're pottering off. Is that right? To go team up with Spanners, wherever he may be.
To go and locate Amarith by myself.
Right. I'm going to do Ross quickly first. So Ross, you're staying in the workshop, and you're going to be working on people's items, doing things that they've left on blueprints. Can I have
Yes.
a mechanical roll? Mechanics. No, I do want them. Can I have a mechanics roll, please? I'm going to make you do it 4 times, average on each, to see if you either improve an item or make it go wrong. Not go wrong.
He's not
It would
touching
have to
mine.
be mechanics. Because, like,
Well,
I'm just doing this for flavor. I'm not actively, like, I would definitely not be fucking around with Spanners, like the engine on the pod racer. I'd be basically just
okay.
picking up like welding the body on, the simple crap that you absolutely cannot fuck up. That's what Thaddeus is
Okay, no
doing
worries.
when it comes to this stuff. So it's more of a flavor thing. He's not actively trying to improve people's projects. He's just trying to help people get them over the finish line,
Okay,
like
no worries. So you
those types.
just hang in the workshop then and just do little bits to help people and maybe line out stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Spanners
He
then.
will work on his own, obviously.
Spanners, where are you? What's going on?
Right. Spanners has taken Dr. Beige in the trolley in the lift down to the ground floor. Now, are there any signs for laundry anywhere?
I don't see why not.
He will head to laundry. Are there any staff in laundry? That would be, imagine to be like a little fire safe window. Is anybody in laundry?
Well, you gave me a light side point to make this happen, so you tell me how you get out of the hotel.
The plan is take him into laundry, get him. I'm going to steal some clothes that will disguise him somewhat. Maybe something that covers his face. Maybe like a burqa or something. Or the Star Wars equivalent. And then I'm just going to take him out of a fire escape, basically. It's my plan. And then there is a next step to the plan, but that's the first bit.
Okay, so you do this without a hitch.
Right.
What's the next step of the plan? Now your light
So-
side points run out.
Okay, cool. We go out of a fire escape together. He's dressed in a burqa type thing, and we come out of a random fire escape. There's no one nearby, and Spanners will ring. Port.
Bort. Interesting.
Hmm.
Hello, Bort speaking.
Hello, Port. It's Spanners.
Oh, how was your night, Spanners? I think my voice is completely off the board. How was your night, Spanners?
Well, I have to say I'm not very happy about you spiking me. It's not cool, Port. Not cool.
But you had a good time, though.
I did, but you do know it's inappropriate to drug someone against their will, don't you?
I didn't do it against your will. I did it against
You
your
did.
neck.
Well, there's something you can do for me, and all shall be forgiven, okay?
I don't want to talk about business today. I already told Thaddeus I didn't want to put things back in place just yet.
Look, this is very important. You owe me after drugging me, and I would like to ask a favour of you, and then we're quits, okay?
All right, ask your favour.
I need you to hide someone for me. On this planet, I have someone with me right now. I need you to hide them. I know that you've got some dealings in the back alleys, as it were, and I was hoping that you could safely, securely hide someone for me, just for the duration that we're here, hopefully.
Dead or alive?
Oh, he's alive. He's alive.
Oh, that makes it easier. You could
Yeah,
just throw
simple.
him in the river if he was dead. Right, let's take him to my... I don't normally tell people this, but all the merchants here have safe houses, just in case something goes wrong. So, look, here you go, and he pings your location. Here's my safe house. Tell him he can't leave. He can't order any food. There'll be stuff there. He definitely can't tell any of the ladies around here. They've got loose lips, you see.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, well,
Which ones?
most of them. But he can stay there on those conditions.
Agreed. I will make that clear to him. Thank you very much. We're certainly quits now. I knew you'd be able to help me. Thank you.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye. And he gives you a location of just like a house in the city on a street. He's given you an access code to it, and eventually when you get there, it looks like any other house in the street, so doesn't stand out from the ordinary. And there you go. You have a safe house.
Spanners will be really firm with him about, because he never does as he's told. Spanners will be really firm with him. Look, you are in grave peril. I don't think it's sunk in yet, but you're in grave peril. You must stay here. You must not order anything to the safe house. You must not order any ladies of the night to here. Is that clear?
What if I take them with me and they don't leave with me?
No, you just go in and you stay there. Understood?
Well, I have got some manuscripts to read and some items to review, so I could... Are you coming with me?
No, I'm going to drop you off and I'm going to go clean up this mess with the others.
Right, and I've got to stay here by myself.
Yes, and I will come back for you. Do not leave under any circumstances, okay?
I don't feel I'm being treated very fairly. First off, I get left on up there, you ditch me, then I have to come down by myself and I have to stay in a hotel by myself, and now I'm in trouble, and I'm now being left in a room.
Balance will grab him with all four arms, shake him, and say, I am treating you fairly. I'm trying to save your life, you stupid man. Go in there and do not leave.
And it takes all of it until you say the word stupid, and he looks completely dumbfounded, like... Okay, Spanners, I'll stay. But I'm not stupid. I know what you will think of me, and then he'll close the door behind him.
And then Spanners will contact the others and say, mission accomplished, he's safe for now. How are you getting on? I'll make me jump back in time now.
So Thaddeus says, I don't know why you're opening it, you might as well just eat the whole thing. Thaddeus is in the workshop doing bits and pieces, welding, tinkering. So, we're going over to Click-Clack. Click-Clack has left the unit and he's gone in search of Amareth. Where has he gone?
In search of Amareth. You just told me that.
I know, but in terms of locations, where has he gone?
Well, I'm assuming it's Hotel Street, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's gonna, use his bounty hunter skills when you assess people about, you profile them. That's the word I was looking for. He knows that she's a bit of a flash, but nothing too major. So he's going to start looking around some of the nicer, not the nicest, but the nicer ones. So like our hotel, and he's just going to start making some inquiries and see if anyone has seen her.
Can I have a streetwise check, please? I'm going to go for hard, because you don't know Amareth too well. You've only sort of been told a little bit of information about her, right?
Yeah. I'm just having a quick look to see. I'm super surprised that Bounty Hunter doesn't come with more stuff for, bounty hunting.
That was not
Okay.
with Dear Richard, by the way.
Streetwise hard.
Yes, please.
My streetwise is incredibly bad. Who said I was a solo bounty hunter? Hey, look at that.
Nice. Okay, so information you knew about Amareth from spanners or talking to her or generally what's going on. She is here as a mechanic and has entered one of the competitions. You know that she has somehow... She's asked Beige to expire someone, but somehow managed to use him as a patsy. However, that's happened. She's stolen his jacket, and she was last seen, well, you last physically saw her with Illithan Hitch. I can't even say my own character's name right. Illithan Hitch. When... No, you didn't see her. It was the last time you heard from her. She was with Illithan Hitch and couldn't talk after you went off to go find the signal in the computer systems. Other than that, other information you know is she was a pod racer.
Last time I saw her was in the convention centre masquerading as Beige, right?
You didn't see her, you saw Beige.
I saw Beige, and then we found out that Beige wasn't there. And then we found out she'd been impersonating Beige, so saw her. The last known location
was the convention centre. Yeah. And things you know outside of that is Amareth is Lynn's sister. This is for your profiling, by the way. This is what I made the Streetwise check for. You know it's Lynn's sister. You know they're part of the Room family, and that she's a pod racer. Or was a pod racer last time the other guy saw her. Hopefully that information narrows it down to what you think you want to do next.
Oakflack would absolutely know what to do next now with that information.
Clearly in a brothel.
Yeah.
She's going to the Daddy's a Criminal Mastermind hotel. I don't know. He'll go and try and find her somehow, using his bounty hunter skills.
So, is it a case he wants to just go and check out the local hotel, see if he can ask around, or does he want to try and look at the units that have been hired for workshops? The
units and workshops are attached to the hotels, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So have to
say do those, or does he want to go to the convention centre to look for?
Well, I mean, is anything going on in the convention
the convention
centre?
Still going on. There's still things going on. There's parties there every night.
Yeah, I mean, if she's doing something involving Hitch, that's probably sensible. He's going to go and see if he can see her / Beige in the convention centre.
Okay. So you make your way across the town, past all, if you're walking or speedering, whatever you're going to do. Eventually you get to the convention centre, and it's just one big party. There's the music blowing out of the speakers, there's people outside that are drinking and falling over. Prime time for Mr. Frogs to come back out. There is parties clearly going on inside. And as you go into the convention centre, I think that would me to explain is Mardi Gras. There's just things going on everywhere. Everyone's dancing, singing, having a good time. It's a lot busier than it was here in the previous evening, being the second night. And there is obviously the stairs to the VIP section that have guards in front of them.
I'm imagining this is all like proper convention centre style, so all of the walls go up to where you would expect a ceiling to be, but it's in a big building. So the walls go up and then they stop, and they're just basically dividers.
Yeah, sure. If that's how you want to make it.
So he's going to try and get on the I say this like it's going to be this big, but you know those big cross lattice beams that all the lights and everything, you know, the speakers are hanging off. What are they called, Richard, in a theatre? Up in the... Is it the rafters? You know, where the lights and stuff hang off and you get the...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
It's be a lighting bar.
Where you can, you know, there'll be a walkway for maintenance to change the lights and different lights. So he's going to try and get up there and see if he can get a better vantage point on this area. Maybe get a look into the VIP area from here.
Okay. Can I have a stealth check then, please? Average with a black.
As it's a massive party, can I have a blue for it being so noisy?
Yeah, sure. Oh, nice. Okay. So you managed to scale up a beam, some form of beam. We got 5. Jesus Christ. Next one is going to be daunting. You climb up the beam and got onto the light bar that's overlooking the party. And the VIP area was upstairs, but this gets you high enough to look across into the VIP area. Maybe because you went up some stairs last time to go to the VIP area. Maybe it's like glass this side, so the VIP area people can look out onto the party. I didn't really describe it, so we can change it. So it's all glass at the top, so they can look out. You've managed to climb up into the rafters. There you go. It's got a bridge there. Thanks, Rich. So you climb up into the lighting and the speaker rig, which is actually level for you to look into the glass to the VIP area, but also look down onto the party rave thing that's going on beneath.
I'm just gonna look for her.
Okay.
We'll just, spend half hour, an hour, just watching.
I'm gonna have a hard perception, please. Yeah, hard perception, please. Oh, nice. Okay, so you spend
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. So you
Somehow
spend
wing that.
half hour up here, looking at the party below, and then sort of looking around at the VIP section. So just trying to see if you can see any sign of her, and you kind of catch a glimpse or two of what you thought might be her, and then actually turns out not. When the person turns around, they're the wrong colour of Twi'lek, and not wearing it as an expensive dress as you thought you might see her in that side of things. However, you do see after a short while in the party below. It looks like just the crowd is parting as somebody walks through, and when you take a proper look, it's Elephant Hitch walking through the crowd, and people are patting him on the back, and he's going. Got a little drink and sipping, and occasionally doing a little bop, and you see him make his way all the way through the crowd to the stairs and make his way up to the VIP area, and you see him enter the VIP area. Can I have a medicine check, please? Everyone's got medicine, I believe. Can I have it as average, please, with a black because of the disco lights and everything else? And yeah, everyone's dancing. Whoop, whoop. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nick, right. So yes, you look at this guy in detail as you watch him. Maybe it's through your scope, maybe it's through just your natural observation skills. He looks crap. Not like somebody who's got a hangover. Not that, well, obviously Nick knows what that looks like. Click-clack might not. Not that someone's got a hangover, but he looks sick, as in very, very... Shouldn't be up on his feet. He shouldn't be walking around. Looks very unwell. Like really waxy skin, pale skin. Maybe he's a little bit... You didn't quite see it first off. Maybe he's a little bit unsteady on his feet. But he doesn't look well at all.
He's poisoned him. Right, okay, cool. I should have pin that on beige is another question, but okay. I mean, I'm still looking for her. That's kind of that's cool and all, but it's and he'll log that, but that's not.
Go
He's
back.
gonna.
No worries.
He's
So
looking
let's
for.
have another perception check. So you've waited an hour. We'll have another perception check. I'm trying to scroll down on the screen to see what your last roll was, but I can't find it. That one. Perception's 2, isn't it? I think, isn't it? You got 2 green on perception. Is that right? I forgot what roll it was. No, that was your.
No, one yellow, one green.
Okay. Do the same check, please, as before.
So hard.
That's the one.
Literally that one there. Yep.
Oh, nice. Super good at this. Right, I've been sort of banking your threats, by the way. You do spot
No,
her.
you can't do that.
By
You spend them as they happen. You can't just like accrue them all until I've got shitloads of threat.
No, I don't mean like. I mean like for a story element, not necessarily for like. Oh, you're gonna have negative. You do spot Amareth looking down at the party. You look back up into the VIP area, and you just catch a glimpse of her at the far end, like through the glass, just hushed talking to somebody, but you can't see who she's talking to. So that maybe they're sort of like behind a pillar, but you just catch the sight of her and you can see her talking. However, you get spotted by a security guard that happens to turn around from the VIP area to look down through the glass and then goes on the radio to call someone. So you've been not acknowledged. You've been spotted on the rigging.
Rigging and the rigging. Can I get above the VIP from here to see? Now I know where she is roughly. I suppose would he have seen me? Is the other question. I'm not going to be able to get in the VIP section. Yeah, can I maneuver around to where I can be above the VIP?
I don't know. I'd say that maybe you could go higher through some vents to try and sneak into the VIP area.
No, I don't know what your fascination with vents is. I'm not.
Everybody.
Oh, vents. Yeah, you want some vents? You want some?
Well,
if you go for the vents.
Yeah, I had it in my brain from the way you explained it in yours that you have the partition wall, the VIP area was above it. Sort of
No. Like, you have the floor.
Yeah.
The wall up to like this point.
Yeah.
And then the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so you had it in your head.
And then I'm up here and all the suspended lights and speakers and the rooms haven't got an actual ceiling.
Okay.
You know when you go to a convention and it's like you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had it in my head slightly different, so I understood what you said, but I had it that there was like the floor, the wall, the VIP area, and you were sort of in line on the rigging above the area beneath, like the disc area. So you're slightly higher up. Okay, no worries, that's fine.
Oh, I see. You've seen it like a club rather than a big convention hall.
Yeah.
And the VIP area is like a mezzanine.
Yeah. I tell you what, look, they've spotted you. They've called down to their guards. So give me a stealth roll for you to get down and maybe sneak through the crowd. The guards have left their post in order to try and find you. If you give me a decent enough stealth roll, you'll be able to drop down, sneak through the crowd. And get
My
upstairs.
plan, was to just step off somewhere where there's not a huge amount of people below me and just grav shoot.
Yeah.
And then into the VIP. But if the guards have left the door, then I'll try and sneak in that way. That's fine.
I just imagine you stepping off and grab shoot. Everyone's going, whoa, for the party.
I imagine the whole place isn't super lit, is it? Like there's the shadows and like the strobes fuck with your eyes and stuff. How hard do you want this stealth trick to be?
You've got a gazillion dice. So I think
You've got loads of dice. I'm going to make it really hard. Hang on a minute.
No, I think do it as hard and
Yep.
add a blue for the crowd and add a black because you've been spotted and they knew where you were, please.
Yeah.
Happens to be the same roll as last time, more or less.
Pretty much. Oh, there we go.
Nice. Okay. So you successfully step off, grab shoot down, scramble, whatever works best to drop into the crowd of people. And then you just weave your way through the crowd. The guards have come away from the door, or the stairway, sorry, to try and spot you at the top. Maybe they saw you go into the crowd, and now they're looking in the crowd, but you maneuver past them, up to the stairwell, and you walk just up the stairs towards the VIP area unhindered.
I'm going to go and find Damarith. And basically, he's just going to walk up to her, lean into her, not into her ear, but like, we need to talk now. Just take her by the arm and walk her out.
Okay. As you come
Maybe
over-
there'll be a little push in the back with the barrel of a EE3 blaster rifle.
No worries. worries. So as you come around the what you did see originally, where you couldn't see who she was talking to, you come round and see Emerith talking to Dengar. Obviously, then you say to her, "We need to talk," and she politely goes to Dengar. "We'll catch up later. I've just got to talk to an associate of mine. Goodbye." And she picks up a drink and walks.
When she says to an associate of mine, I will give him the side eye and just give him a very small shake of the head.
No problem.
He knows what that means.
Yeah, he's a
She's not an associate.
So he will. She will be led by you through the crowd. All smiles.
Somewhere quiet in the corner, or it doesn't. I'm not going to walk her outside the building if it's a long way.
Yeah.
But just.
All smiles. She's she's not acting as if she's under duress at any particular point, and she'll go and sit in the corner with you.
Yes. We need to have a discussion about what you have been up to here.
Oh, that's fine, Click Clack. But let's order some drinks first.
No, we need to have a discussion about what you have been up to here.
Are we not waiting for your colleagues to come?
No, we need to have a discussion about what has been going on here.
Oh, by the sounds of Arms, when I last spoke to him, he wasn't very happy with me, and I wondered if he was coming with Beige, that idiot, to hash out.
Do not make me repeat myself another time.
Well, I'd rather not repeat myself, if I'm honest. I'd rather answer all of your questions in one go.
I mean, he doesn't really have a face that has expression, to be honest. But there's like a little
A twitch of the eye.
no, it's like a soft clicking noise from somewhere inside him that you can only construe as an exasperated, potentially annoyed sigh. I do not care much for Beige. By much, I mean I will happily put a bolt blast around through his head the next time he pisses me off. However, if you have done something that constitutes a danger to my party's reputation or being, then we will have a problem.
Yeah, well, I didn't think Beige was part of your party.
Unfortunately, he is associated with our party, much to my dismay, but that my personal feelings are not the issue here.
Well, I spoke to him. He didn't speak very highly of how you treated him.
I don't give a fuck about what he says about us. That was not my question.
No, it's not. But you'll say you're ready to kill him if you need to. That's not speaking very highly of him. So why does it matter that he's a patsy?
There is that clicking noise again.
What I've done is for our benefit. The galaxy's benefit.
Have your actions caused such that will bring disrepute to our group?
I don't think so.
And he will stand up and say, "You don't think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so."
Well, I don't think anyone's going to catch me with what I've done.
He's not really an intimidating or looming presence. He will move round to the side of the table that she's sat at, and he will sit right next to her, like touching almost, and say, "What have you done?"
Well, see him, and she'll sort of lean closer to you when you're in a really loud nightclub or something like that, obviously people get very close, don't they, to talk to you or point things out. So she leans very close to you and says, "Well, our friend Elephant over there is a bit of a pig, really. And I did tell you that the Imperials are involved in some way. And well, he stole some tech of mine last year and gave it to the Imperials as part of their contract for the competitions. And well, I've got payback, shall I say. I told you about the signal. You found that for us, right? You know that something's going to happen."
Are you going to make me repeat myself?
I feel like Daniel's missed the question. If I'm honest with you.
What have you done? Don't beat around the subject. Don't give me your life story. Don't roundabout. If you make me repeat myself one more time, I will shoot you.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Well, see here. And I flip over a dark side point. She will say, "Look here," and put this thing, a little device on the table in front of you, and sort of twists it towards you. And as she sort of leans back and says, "Well, look here," a blue line comes out and scans your body very, very quickly, and then goes back in. She goes, "He's poisoned. He won't last the weekend."
Nick's just making a decision about whether he just blasts the thing off the table.
She'll pick it back up.
Yeah, no, I don't. Before she gets the chance to do anything, the second it scans me, I tell you what. Why doesn't Click Clack make a check to see if he recognises what that is? Because Beige said that she scanned him, didn't he? Do we want some sort of computers, maybe, or mechanics, or
Well, let's go
what
for
have
the
we got?
computers, because it's a teeny little thing. But it's obviously clearly mechanical that it scanned you, but you're trying to work out
Yeah.
what it does, right? If that makes sense, rather than what it is. So let's do computers.
Or what it did, should we say, rather than what it does?
Yeah.
What did it do? How hard?
Average. I don't think this would be something
Okay.
that would necessarily be unknown to people. Oh, there you go.
Bang.
Yeah. Okay. You shoot. So there's decision to shoot it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you understand the situation that you are in when we are having a conversation to do something such as you have done.
Yeah. Well, as you shoot it, you're firing a blaster right in the middle of this bar.
Yep.
I'm going to flip over Dark Side Point. And as that happens, Amarath screams really loudly, flips the table, and in a split second, she's gone. The moment she was next to you, the table recovers, everyone goes, "Ah!" And you look around and Amarath is gone.
She's dead. Sorry, guys.
Or is she? Or is she?
She will be.
Yeah, she will eventually.
Well,
Sir, did they not tell you blasters weren't allowed?
just before,
Excuse me.
Click Clack pulls the datapad out of his pocket and stops the recording.
Okay.
And he will just put it back in his pocket and say, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I wasn't told at the door. I don't know what happened. I think I've had a few too many and pushed the trigger by mistake.
Well, sir, we may have to confiscate it if you do it again. So, could you please leave?
I should probably leave. Actually, I've clearly had too many."
I was going to ask you for your pass, but I can't see any. So off you go. Get out.
And he will leave.
thematically, you're watched as you leave.
All of them.
Everybody, yeah. Including Illithon Hitch. He will watch as you walk out. You know, you look up and see him and things. So things are
I mean, I you know, if I was playing a good character, I'd probably say to him, "Oh, you've been poisoned," but I don't care. Click Clack doesn't care.
He just cares about Dr. Beige. It's so nice you care.
No, he doesn't care about Dr. Page. He cares about the reputation of the parties that he's attached to.
There you go. So that's been like an hour and something that's gone on there. So you in that time, I would say that Beige has definitely been put away because you went from where you were to the convention center. Richard went off to do this. Thaddeus has been in the room crafting. What's happening now? Are you all meeting up? Are you communicating?
Maybe that's when they get the phone call from Spanners just after you've left the convention centre or the VIP area. That then Spanners.
I'd leave the whole convention centre. Yeah.
Yeah, then Spanners rings and says, "Mission accomplished. I have sequestered him away. What's going on?"
Your friend Lynn's sister Amarith has poisoned Elon Musk.
Who?
Illithon Hinch. That was it. Elon Hinch. Illithon Hinch over revenge for stealing something from her last year for the Imperials. This appears to be what she's setting Beige up for, is his death.
I see.
She is a bad actor. She tried to do something to me too with some device, but the device is now a smoking puddle, but she escaped. I would consider her not beneficial to us. I have a recording on my datapad. I was smart enough to record the conversation.
Hello.
How goes it with your charge? Wait, no, don't tell me.
He's safe, don't you worry. What's our next course of action, gentlemen?
Oh, yes.
We gained favor by saving Illithon Hitch's life. We already have a reputation as heroes. So we lean into that. I'm not sure what poison she used though. It could take weeks to just, and he doesn't have weeks.
He did not look particularly good tonight, so she has clearly already poisoned him, perhaps last night when she was with him. That gives us one less day. Do we report her, use the evidence gathered, the recording, if you wish to use that route?
We could. Is there truth in what she says, though? I mean, if he is in league with the Empire, maybe he doesn't need saving.
That's an interesting moral standpoint for you to take there.
Well, I respect intellectual property, my dear fellow. As an inventor, I think it's important for IP to be protected, and I think the idea of selling our IP to the Empire is abhorrent, if you ask me.
Do we as characters, when you sign up for this, do you sign away all rights to your IP?
Yeah, so in the sign-up process...
It just so happens he's off the side of the Empire to what he already owns, though. But there's nothing super illegitimate about what's going on, right? Just...
No, so the contracts that were when you entered and you signed the waivers and agreements or whatever, it basically said that all designs and builds will belong to Luthen Hitch's company, as it were, and obviously Amareth believes that he is selling that tech behind the conventions to the Empire.
I don't object to them having my IP. I object to them selling it to the Empire.
I'm not a fan of the Empire myself.
So this becomes a debate on whether he deserves to die for doing something that he is entitled to do, perhaps shadily, but in no way probably morally. I was going to say not immorally, but actually it would probably be immoral to sell stuff that you said you were keeping. But does people have died for far less, I understand, but how involved do we want to be? Are we here to preserve, and you can hear like strain as he says what he's about to say, to preserve Dr. Beige's innocence and reputation?
She said she might not get caught for what she's done. We can bank the recording that you have, and we have that in our defence if it does turn out that Dr. Beige is framed. If, however, her actions aren't traced back to her or Dr. Beige, then he's in the clear, and we can leave as planned.
And so I have this clear, Spanish. You are okay with this death occurring?
Well, I thought last night we had agreed to collaborate with Amareth, and she was going to sidle up to him. I thought that we were all under the agreement that there was nefarious activity going on here. We set up the hack on the system. We confirmed there is something going on. I think this is still continuing the mission. The only objection that I have is that she framed a member of our party.
Understood. I just look to you as the moral compass in this party. Who would object to a difference between data gathering and assassinating someone? But that is fine.
It wasn't us that did it. It's just through our inaction we will allow him to come to harm.
Poison is one of the least interesting ways of killing someone, though. Definitely like low 300s in the ranking.
Have you catalogued and ordered hundreds of methods, Thaddeus?
Have you not, Spanners?
No.
Yeah, hasn't everyone?
No.
I can run you through them if you'd like.
No, that's okay, Professor. No, thank you.
We should compare notes at some more convenient time, Thaddeus.
Absolutely. We're constantly trying to invent new ways.
I also think we shouldn't be drawing attention to ourselves by getting involved in this. Let's keep a distance. Wait and see what happens.
Yeah, the Empire does kind of. Oh no, they don't have our names anymore. That was all erased, wasn't it? Did we double check that? I think Oren double checked it and it was all fine. Was it fine? I can't remember. Feels like it was 10 months ago.
It was a while back.
I don't remember, but that does vaguely sound familiar that he went off and checked after I saw what wiped all the files.
Pretty sure he checked his back channel spy network in order to see if that you appeared on any databases or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure the answer was no. I say pretty sure because I can't remember myself.
The answer is
Well, the
like, cool.
answer's no now.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's recorded. So, where was Click Clack going? He left the convention centre. You had this conversation. Was he walking back?
On the walk back to the hotel?
Okay, no worries. Spanner's doing the same back from the safe house.
Yes.
So you convene your conversation, and you just happen to be walking both into the door at the same time, and you're all back at the hotel / workshop.
Workshop. Thaddeus is still in the workshop. Because he's a droid, he doesn't have to sleep, so he's just going to carry on tinkering and all night.
I feel like we've had a very a little bit of me goes, oh, should we go and try and steal some parts? But we've done a lot this evening. Like some time has passed this evening.
It's been a long day. You went to the scrap heap, recovered from a hangover,
Went back to the scrap heap to save someone.
went to the back market, had some noodles or something like that.
Watched a couple of panels, killed some frogs, built part of a ship. Went and spent 2 hours hanging out on the roof ceiling.
So sleep.
I feel like it's late. Yeah, I feel like it's late.
Okay. So you two are going up to bed. Thaddeus is going to continue doing tinkering throughout the night. Okay, no problem. So you guys are woken very early in the morning. Thaddeus at some point has decided to leave the workshop. Sorry, I'm doing this for story purposes. He decided to leave the
Catwalk.
workshop.
Sorry, Richard. Sorry, it's the word I was looking for. The catwalk. Right up in the ceiling. Got there eventually. I had to look it up on the internet because it's really bugging me.
Maybe Thaddeus got to a point he was like, right, well, I can't do any more on these projects until I'm told, and you head back, and then obviously stand by, recharge, whatever, while these guys are sleeping. So what you know today in Tiles is you can go back to the scrap heap to try and get more items or replacing certain number of items if you want to. You can continue your builds. This is what in your heads. This is what you know on top of your Amarith issue bits and pieces. However, sometime early morning, not that it wakes you from your sleep or causes an issue, but early morning, the TV turns on, the colour screen turns on in the main room. It says, breaking news! Elephant Hitch dies. And there's a picture of his, like, just a mugshot, and dies of natural causes is what they say on the obituary, as it were. In honour of his words, Daniel, Marvel Mechanical Genius, we are hosting the first annual War Games. Equipment will be delivered to your accommodation shortly. And then,
Like, this has just gotten better and better. I do enjoy war games.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what it's got to do with his mechanical genius, but I'm up for shooting people.
if you look into his mechanical genius, he designed a non-lethal blaster system. Fires real bolts, but then they actually impact you. They just let's say it does stun damage rather than like normal damage, but they are non-lethal, shall we say, to people. Maybe they just
Oh,
knock you out with it. So his equipment has been
The
used.
stun setting that's on blasters, but with range, like
Yeah. So they have been used for training of soldiers and whatnot of the galaxy for many, many years. This is one of his legacy of his designs and bits and pieces. He was the first person to design a blaster bolt that would cause stun damage rather than lethal damage, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to have the first annual War Games in memory of Elephant Hitch. Other news that pops up is a small brawl that happened over in the Cocktail District. A hotel fire had started after some people got too rowdy. Just general, things that have gone on around the situation. There hasn't been any reports pop up of any suspects or anything else relating to the death at the moment. It says that it is just natural causes on the obituary.
Dr. Beige. Dr. Beige.
Nothing.
Did you hide him inside a frequency jammer?
No, but I
Perhaps.
told him to keep a low profile. He may have discarded his comms device.
Also, it was a safe house, you said. So perhaps by nature of being a safe house, it has comm jammers.
Annis didn't tell anyone that he was in a safe
Oh,
house.
did you not? Oh, okay.
Just said that he'd sequestered him away.
I take that back.
But Nick can say that. Just not Click Clack.
Nick did say that. Click Clack didn't say that, actually. Nick forgot to use the voice. Is it safe to bring him out from that safe house, or should we leave him there for another day just in case?
I think we should leave him hidden until the very end of the conference.
That sounds wonderful. I mean, it's like a terrible thing the best idea.
Just because they're saying on the news that it was natural causes doesn't mean that there isn't security running around behind the scenes investigating.
Exactly.
Do you think, Spanners, that he is safe, even though he's not answering his comms?
I will go and check on that.
Just remember that this is Dr. Beige we are talking about.
It would be such
one
a
who
shame
took
if
off
he
all of his
accidentally
clothes.
got himself shot.
I will go and check on him. Spanners will buy loads of noodles and go
They
to
can
the
take
safe
the care package.
Well,
Yeah.
We tell you about the care package.
as you go to open the room to the hotel, you stumble over a chest on the floor. And you can see, looking down the corridor, that there is a big wheeled thing, and they're putting chests in front of people's doors. When you kick it open, it's the equipment for the war games. Got some vests in there, got the rifles. I imagine like Quasar, by the way, just for
Yeah.
to say. And it's got enough kit in there for your team. You had 4 registered here, so there's one for Reed, but obviously it's not going to be used because he's in the corner recharging. And as
2
you-
guns.
Sorry?
2 guns.
Yeah.
2 guns.
And goo guns.
2 guns.
Oh, 2 guns. No, you're not having
2
guns. You're having 1.
guns.
These are going to use the range light setting. I know that you guys aren't necessarily great with that one, but tough cookies. This is how I've planned it.
Are they non-lethal? Are they non-lethal? Yeah.
Yes, non-lethal. Yeah.
I'm going to use my
What kind of a war
gadgeteers.
game has? What kind of a war game has non-lethal weapons? Like, where's the danger? Where's the fun? Where's the fear in their eyes? What a disappointment. You think I'd be allowed to take my flamethrower instead? Okay, excellent.
Well, it pops up at this point on the TV.
No flamethrowers.
The war games will start very, very shortly. And basically, it's going to start right here from your hotel room. As soon as the whistle goes, it's everyone's fair game. And it
Could have
does
strapped 2 of these together to make a heavy weapon.
I'm going to impose disadvantage because it's makeshift. Comes up on the rules. Basically, when your strain runs out, you are out. That's just as a racial ability kind of thing, and that you're not allowed to use real weapons against this thing. If you look up on the Nick, 1 second. If you look up on the news about these particular weapons being used, or a hollow point, whatever it's going to be, you do see people who occasionally have got, not in here because this is the first annual war games for this place, but where they've been used in training, people have got a bit overzealous and used them as clubs rather than just shooting them and stopping.
Are you allowed to beat someone to submission?
Not supposed to, no.
That's what he was just alluding to. People previously have used them as clubs and they're not. Should. So, mechanically, in this game system, when your stream runs out, you fall unconscious. Are we saying instead the body armor is soaking that strain and it breaks and you're out, or something of that nature?
Yeah.
But we're all using our own individual personal strains, yeah?
That's it. Maybe it when you put it on and turn it on, everything goes green. The instruction manual says when you run out of charge, it will go red, so people know not to shoot you. Even if you do, it's not going to do any physical damage to you from that side of things. So you will gear up.
Is there an objective? Take out the other team?
There's no objective been given. It is literally an all-on-all.
This sounds like a distraction.
Spanners will say, I'm not going to participate in this. I'm not interested. I'm going to check on Dr. Beige. Have fun. And just step over the chest and walk.
Is there like a prize or something to this?
Not that it's been advertised, but you can hear people whooping and cheering that they're going to put their gear on and everything's starting soon. And you can see, if you look out the door, you can see there's people already poking out their heads out the door, trying to be clearly not tactical people, but sort of just looking at the door and, sort of edging ready to go.
I am deeply torn because this is a prime opportunity for us to steal parts from distracted competitors. But I also really want to shoot this bunch of idiots in the face.
Let's think about how deeply unsatisfying it will be to not do it for real. It's like hitting someone with a soft noodle rather than a sword. Oh, poor noodle.
Point taken. All right, so a heist it is then. Is that what we're saying, Click Clack?
Someone should protect our base and the other two can go and raid.
Well, we can only do that when Spanners gets back.
Lock up tight. Hope for the best.
Yep, I'm good with that. We do that. Spanners, this is the plan. That's it. That was me giving you the super fast-forwarded version.
That's great, because the GM doesn't know what the plan is.
I didn't get that either. So, you two are both staying at this. We didn't.
We are going to steal other people's shit while they are distracted.
Great.
And you're going
good. If you could find Amareth stuff, but prioritize stealing her things.
Yeah, we'll just. Is there anything you particularly need for your pod?
Yes. I need a
And they just list some parts.
Yeah, don't worry about
Hi, fair couple.
it. I need a few better bits. That's fine. What we'll do is if you do this and do searching, we'll just make you roll, and then that will determine the quality of the item if it's better. Whatever. Okay. So you hear a buzzer go off for the system. Spanders has already gone, making his way down out the hotel. You see on the way lots of people. Do both hands. Come on. Don't just do one.
He's walking like that, saying, "I'm not playing. I'm not playing."
You see lots.
Oh, you haven't got the.
Oh, you haven't got the vest on yet. You see lots of people that are sort of raring to go. You've got some people that are watching the lifts and things. You go down in the lift, no problem. Go into the foyer. You can even see the staff have got ready for this. They are all dressed up in their kit, and they're doing the same thing, seem to be discussing tactics. And you just kind of just walk through the foyer and out into the main world.
Sorry, I've just had a thought while you saying that. Clack will turn to beige to Thaddeus. He'll pick a vest up, put it on. Pick a vest up and say, "Put this on. Trust me." He'll pick up 2 of the pistols and he'll just empty it into each other's vests so they go red. Now we will look less out of place wandering around.
Good thinking.
Okay. So Spanners,
We grab shoot out the window for fun.
Well, you have to break the window first. We'll do that in a second.
Open the window.
No, it's the hotel. It's got those silly little things on them that stop them from opening too far.
So fucking stupid, aren't they?
I know, but like,
It's like screwdriver. Done.
okay, well,
I hate them in hotels. I understand why they're there, but I just hate them.
they're annoying.
Some hotels you can't even open them. They're like, oh, the room is force ventilated, so you don't even have an opening window.
Stops you from jumping. So, Spanners, while you're just crossing the courtyard from the hotel, I assume you're going to walk into the town, or are you going to get a speeder?
I'm going to get some street food. I'm going to get some noodles first. I will go on foot if that's an appropriate distance to go on foot.
Sure.
If it's not, Spanners obviously
We'll get a
like
speeder.
walking particularly.
Okay, so let's say that these guys are going to do their thing in a second. Let's say that you've made it over a couple of the bridges into the sort of the main area, because this hotel's set aside, into the main area when you hear a really loud beep go over the tunnel system, and all chaos breaks loose. It's like you've walked into a war zone, and there's blaster bolts firing from windows and doorways, and people running for cover and sliding, and even the noodle guys going, "What can it get you?" Pew pew pew. What can it? Just slapping on the side, and he's going, "Oh, I got hit." Anyway, so it just looks like complete chaos. And the way I imagine it is you just like this lonely guy holding noodles in the bottom hands, top hands up like this, just walking through this complete battlefield of chaos. And eventually you will make it to Baige's location with no issues at all. In the hotel, you guys are going out the window, is that right?
Oh no, what's happened? Ross, you muted.
If we can open the window, yes, then it'll be fun to just grab shoot down. But if we can't, then we'll walk out.
Well, I agree with Nick's statement that basically it's only a mechanicals check to open up a window. So I'm happy for you to do a hard mechanics check just to see if you can get the window wide enough to get your fat booties out. Thaddeus has got a right dump truck. That's where he keeps his fuel tank for his flamethrower.
No, can't open the window. We go down the stairs.
Yeah, fuck the window. It's too much work.
Fuck the window. You're like, it's just a screw, and it's not. Someone's like epoxied it in. Like, these fucking health and safety arseholes. I got so sick of people unscrewing it. They've just glue, because people do that. People unscrew those windows on those hotels, and then they get charged, fined for interfering with the mechanism. So they can lean out the window and smoke is why they do it, which is just retarded. Just go outside.
So maybe it's covered.
Yeah, so he can't do it. So we just go. Fucking.
So as you exit the hotel room after trying to get out this window, maybe you can't get out, but you haven't made it any worse, so you're not going to get any surcharges from downstairs. As you step out, you hear the beep go off, and then the corridor goes complete chaos. People are jumping out of doorways and firing bolts down there, and obviously they shoot you occasionally, but obviously you've already got a red vest on you, like whatever, and walk over to the elevator. You go
You do
down.
that you know the Rogue One where he's just walking through the middle of chaos.
Yeah.
Just being Thaddeus.
Let's walk it through. You make your way over to the elevator and push the elevator call button and step into the elevator. And just before it closes, some people slide in on their sides, you know, and they're like, "Ah, "This is amazing!" You know, they're sitting in the elevator with you, and they'll pump in, and you've got the elevator music. It's going do 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 as you're going down. Opens up to the foyer where it's just complete chaos again, blaster bolts going everywhere. Eventually, you make it down to the storage units, and there's evidence that people have run here or run past here, you know, in part of the war games, but it looks entirely empty. You can just see the rows of locked units.
Now, should we take the opportunity of nearby storage units or try somewhere that isn't attached to our hotel and perhaps of lower security?
I feel like too low security, and we'll be stealing from the bottom of the barrel, which is not
That is
really
a
what we
good
want.
point.
But I think you're right. We definitely want to be away from our situation. Like, if we steal here, they are more likely to suspect us if there are suspicions are raised. So, what about the one across the street? Let's or a couple of streets down. Let's go there.
I was thinking we're like stealing. I suppose we're parts somewhere rather than like a pod racer engine. I'm not carrying that back, but like a parts list we could probably do actually. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Hire a van.
Well, you have a skiff that you were given as courtesy.
Yeah, it probably says like an ID number printed in nice big letters on the side that they can link straight back to us.
Or, yeah, I'm sure it'll have the Majestic Hotel on it.
Yeah, we're going for parts, not pieces.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll go and walk a couple of streets away. I think is sensible.
Okay. So you leave the hotel, and exactly as Spanner saw it, it's a bit of chaos. You can see people ducking behind trees. You can see people running over bridges and taking cover. Even as you walk along, slightly too far away to do anything about it, someone's got too close to the water's edge, and you just see a whoom, and it goes back into the water with that person. Stay away from the water. And you make your way over to another hotel that's close by, and again, same scene as you've seen at the Majestic. Everyone seems to be having a whale of a time, you know, shooting at each other. And you sneak into the storage unit down underneath. I'm going to imagine this one's like a garage that goes down and to the storage units.
And we take a quick comfort break.
Sure.
Please. Awesome. See you in 5.
Okay. Shouldn't have said that as I was eating the biscuit.
Oh wow! What the fuck are they? Are they all?
I have a
Are they
pre-made.
like? Are they like that?
They're good.
Oh, cream egg. Cream egg is one of those. Actually, I think the egg itself has got the right ratio of chocolate to egg. But I don't know what it is about cream egg. They
I
did
don't
that
know,
cream egg
man.
with flurry, and it's just like everything cream egg is just amazing.
So, who wants to go first? Who wants to go? You want to go in the storage unit first, or do you want to go for Beige's location?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
Spanners arrives at Dr. Beige's, Bort's hideout, where Dr. Beige is.
So all the way, there's people fighting in the street, and you get to this house, and obviously there's no doors open, there's no windows open, no one partaking. You can see there's a chest outside the front, but it's not been touched.
Spanners knows how to get in. I think I imagine he was given a code to get in, so he'll let himself in. Dr. Beige! Spanners!
Yes? Up here.
Spanners go up and find him.
Second room on the left. You walk over and the door is slightly, I know Star Wars doors are when it's slightly ajar. And it's dark inside there, but very small amount of light coming out. Like, you recognise it as flickering light.
Like from a horror movie.
More like candlelight.
Okay. Spanners will go and knock on the door.
Come in, Spanners.
Come in and try and turn the light on.
Oh, no, don't turn the light on. And you see Dr. Beige, like, naked, laying face down. And there's just a lady massaging his back with smiles.
I'm gonna get him.
No, before you have a go, Spanners, you can turn the light on now. My eyes are completely ruined. She was sent here by Bort. I didn't do a thing. And she's hiding too, but offered to do this for me. Very nice of her. She even had a kit with candles in it. The lady looks very sheepish. She looks, I don't know, not middle-aged, probably about in her 30s, as human years go. Not too young. She's like, I was sent by Bort to hide out, and my job, I'm a masseuse. Can I help you at all? He called you Spanners, is that right?
Yes, I'm Spanners.
Can
I'm
I help you at all? Like, can I do this for you? I mean, Beige is almost finished. If you give me a minute, I've just got to do the knots in his lower spine area, and then I can help you.
maybe another time. I'm sorry to interrupt, actually. I'll leave you to it. But Dr. Beige, I've dropped off some noodles for you. And I'm pleased to see that you've stayed here. And I was going to tell you off for calling this lady in, but I understand your situation. And have fun, you two. Here's some food. Don't leave. I will come back and check on you another time.
It's no trouble, Spanners. I'm versed in the basilisk's body to make sure that you feel every ounce of what I do is nice.
Maybe another time. I've got work to do.
You want to go out there? That's crazy out there.
Still, I've got stuff to do. If you're still here on the last day, then I'll take you up on that kind offer. There's lots of noodles here. If you would like some. Sorry, what's your name?
Sera. Sera. I have to write that down myself, otherwise I'm not going to
There's plenty of noodles here, Sarah. If you want to have some too, that's fine. You two have fun. Don't leave.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Dr. Beige goes, noodle, any type of particular noodles? Don't worry, I like them all, so it's great. I've got my own spices with me. And goes, and then you just, as you leave to walk out, you hear, Beige, do you want the happy ending package? As you go down the stairs. You can stop if you want to, but that's what you hear.
No, he's going to keep going. It feels like he's walked in on something awkward. But he's done his duty. He's given some food. Dr. Beige hopefully made up for being so angry with him the night before. And he's going to leave, check in with the others, and say he's fine. He's having a massage. I've dropped off the food. Where are you? I'll come to you.
They are in another hotel, of which we haven't named. Let's call it the Tower. It looks like the Eiffel Tower. There we go. in some respects, but you've gone down into the garage where the storage area is.
Spanners, did you verify with Bort that he sent someone over there?
Not yet.
Okay, just checking.
I'll do that now. I was going to do that, of course.
Oh,
I'll ring him now. Thank you, Thaddeus. And then I'll come and join you at the tower, shall I?
please.
Hello. Pew 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 pew. Can't talk right now. What's going on?
Thank you for the safe house. It's wonderful. Can I just check that you sent another individual there, Sarah?
Oh yeah, lovely hands. Pew 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 pew.
Okay, thank you. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.
And then it went over to the tower.
It sounded like he was having a lovely time.
Bennett is in a better mood today. Everything seems to be going okay so far.
And he's not hungover.
And he's not hungover this time.
Oh no, you said they far. I'm gonna have to flip over the light side point or dark side point, one of the two. Why not? Right, so
That to poor Richard. Poor lovely Richard here.
it said in the GM book I'm supposed to shit on the characters. Right, back over to the tower. So you guys are got into the underneath the hotel itself, where the car park or speeder park is. And you can see all the storage sheds, workshops that are related to this particular hotel. There is nobody down here. It looks like there has been people down here being part of the war games, because you can see some of the equipment just sort of thrown on the floor where people have clearly got the ump and where they've been defeated or whatnot, and just thrown it on the floor and left. And you can see a load of lockups. There's probably about 12 in this hotel. It's not a huge hotel, but there is 12 that. I'd say padlocked, but that's not what I mean, because that's not how Star Wars works. But if you walk
Mechanical
past,
locks.
mechanical locks, you walk past and you can see that it clearly says locked on it.
Mm-mm. Right. Well, now that we've just established that they're mechanical locks, I'm going to try and unmechanically lock some of these mechanical locks.
Okay.
I think, and just, the equivalent of what you would do as a what I imagine that what you would do, like I know what I imagine you would do as a seasoned thief, and there's like a row of like say 10 padlocks. There's like a little go and tug them and see which one feels like it's going to be the easiest to open from your lock picking senses. Whatever. He's just going to go and check and see which ones he thinks are going to be easy to break into, basically, or maybe someone forgot to lock in their haste of playing this stupid war game.
No, they're all locked and they all look the same. I imagine they all look the same because the hotel's installed the system.
Okay. I'm just going to pick one at random and make a mechanics check to open it.
Has anyone done any like aftermarket security, like
Not
extra locks or?
Not that you can tell. They all look exactly the same. I guess in some ways it's probably very similar to how you guys have had it done. You've been given a code, or you've input your own code to lock that unit. Let's just imagine that it's done in that particular way.
What's going to happen is Click Clack is going to count how many they are,
12.
and he's going to turn to 12, and he's going to turn to Dr. Thaddeus and say, "Quick, pick a number between 1 and 12."
7.
He will go to number 7 and try and unlock it.
Okay. So you can either do a hard computers check to try and guess the code so it looks like it's not been broken into, or you can do a hard mechanics check to hardwire the lock in order to open. I give you two
It's
options.
like, yeah, I know. I'll do the mechanics. It's like Star Trek doors that are locked, but you can literally just take the control panel off the panel off above it and do that or something in it, and there's an opening. You just like it's just why do they ever bother locking anything where you can just manually
Just
like
they
them?
do it. They do that in Star Wars.
Um, I do that. Well, there you go. Yeah,
In
single success.
Single
It's a success.
perfect. Okay, great. So you look at the code, the keypad, and you just go unscrew a thing, pull it out, pull a cable, cut it or whatever, and the door goes beep beep as if it's unlocked. It's not opened, but it's unlocked.
It's like the Tensor system at the office I used to work in. There's a thumbprint scanner and there's a little computer chip in the back of the thumbprint scanner. You can get to the cable behind it. You can literally just undo the power to the maglock from the back of the thumbprint scanner. You literally just take the power out and the door opens. It will do that and open
Okay.
the door.
Can I please have,
Open the door.
sir, an agility check, athletics check, please? Can I make it average for you?
You can have an agility check.
No, I want the athletics.
No, you said
It's
agility.
what I actually meant because I was reading it, but oh, you can do the agility check. That's fine. You got a gazillion dice on that one.
Coordination. Average.
Basically, well, this is for you to dodge something. So
Yeah, I would argue that is absolutely an agility or coordination check, not an athletics check.
yeah, so to go for agility, then I'm going to completely boss it with 5.
Well, you say that dice have a chance to go no. Oh no, that's fine.
No problem. So you
That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Five green fouls here.
you pull the door open, so it says it's unlocked. Obviously, you pull it open, and this robotic fist just comes careening out of the door as you pull it apart, and you just either duck back, dodge aside, whatever. And standing in front of the doorway is this huge droid, and it's not happy.
Close the door.
Okay.
Did we see anything very interesting looking behind the droid? In the few seconds we had the door open.
You would have been able to see that while I was doing that.
You could do a perception check with a black die because this robot's quite large and taking up some of the viewing space.
What difficulty? Easy.
No. I'll go for average. for you weren't looking there. Sorry, average. Stop talking.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, from your very short. Well, you're a droid. Maybe you can capture an image. So it opened up, you captured an image and quickly reviewed your data banks on that particular image. It does look like they've got some reasonable pieces in there. And on first inspection, or visual inspection, there's some decent pieces that may or may not be better than things you have. Your threats, though, is there is a big fat droid in the middle.
I was going to say, can we say that but I would also say, because we already knew there was a droid in there, the threat is that the droid is not just going to go back to sleep now that I've closed the door.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe it starts bashing on the door or something like that. I don't know. Well, it's very clearly that this droid isn't going to let you pass. If that's the threats.
The threats are it's recorded a picture of us.
There you go. Yeah. It's well, all droids record stuff, so yeah, it's clearly
An
seen
image.
you.
Yeah.
It's one of those cop images.
Like
It's just opening
Thaddeus
the door.
Yeah. It's a mugshot
Or-
that's not good, yeah. Yeah, so let's say that it's caught images of you guys. But yes, there's definitely things in there you think from first inspection are potentially better than what you currently have or have seen in your workshop.
I mean, I closed the door because I don't want to just shoot it and like people hear blasters and come investigate. But everyone is firing blasters.
Not down here, but outside, yes.
There is blaster fire. It's not going to be unusual to hear one more blaster fire. Cool.
Do we know what model droid it is?
It's model D34D.
It looked like from first, just quick inspection, like a modified security droid. And if you want to know what they roughly look like.
It's quite terrifying, actually.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to hide the stats. So, just a quick.
Oh, there's no way we've seen that on this camera.
Yeah, so they look kind of scary.
We can take him.
I have an important question for the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Is the droid now trying to open the door?
No.
Okay.
No. It reacted when you opened the door, and then as you close the door, it's not doing anything else. It's not bashing into the door.
Okay. Click will turn to Thaddeus and say, "Do you think they all have one of them inside there?"
No. But if someone's gone through the cost of having one, it stands to reason they have something to protect.
Fair point, and he will just open that door with blaster at the ready for combat.
Well, let's jump into initiative then.
The spanners arrive at this time.
He's got to walk from across the town, but it's boring for Richard if he doesn't arrive. Let's say that he's coming down the ramp as you guys open the door. He doesn't see all the previous interaction, but sees you open the door and step back with a blaster. So he can drop in, but he'll have to use maybe a movement. Let's say you can use both your maneuvers to get that way to get them. So when you have your turn, just use both maneuvers to get there, and obviously, but you still have an action to do something. Okay, let's do cool for you guys, because you guys know what's going on. The droid knows what's going on, and everybody else knows what's going on. And let's roll some dice. Everybody loves dice.
My first roll of the night.
Oh, no way, is it?
Yeah, because I use the light side point to do all my shenanigans.
Oh, yeah. You cheeky monkey.
Excuse me.
He rolled well, Mr. Droid.
He did. So NPC.
Well, Dan wants to give him a go before I absolutely atomize him.
Well, how do you know you're going to? You're going to, but how do you know? Okay, right. So you pull open the door, take a step back, and this droid just takes one step forward and just starts. Can I have? I'm gonna let Ross roll this or Nick roll this. Can you roll a D100, please? 0 to 50 is going to be Click Clack. 50, 1 to 100 is going to be Thaddeus, who shoots at. 17, so that is going to be Click Clack. So he steps out and just lowers his blasters and opens fire.
Defense.
You got one.
Oh, he lowers his blasters and fire.
Yes. Yeah. He's got range defense one.
I've got range defense one, yeah, and he'll be rolling 3 purples for shooting me engaged.
He is. And pow!
I really need to do something about mine.
Ooh, he hits. He's going to be doing to you, sir, a grand total of 6 damage.
Oof!
That was a bit poor, wasn't it? But 6 damage. And I'm going to give you
Where is? Oh, there it is.
blues.
Sorry.
Just to be quick on his disadvantages, I'll just give the active target character gets blue. So that's you, Click that, get blues on your next attack. That was very specific.
Yeah.
Over to one of you guys.
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot all about Soak. I'm doing a Star Wars
Don't forget about that.
Do you want to go first, Thaddeus, before I? No, okay. Click Clack will step back from engaged to short range, and just because it's easier not to try and. I was going to say I shoot with these stupid stun pistols, but we don't have any stats for them, so I'm just going to shoot with my blaster on stun.
Yeah. I also presumed you didn't take those stun blasters with you.
I mean, I had it, but just for show. But I thought it'd be a laugh to use it. I'll just use mine for these. Something so I get to roll ranged heavy, which is beautiful. Right, so on stun. 2 blues for the threat, accurate, and an auto advantage. Let's go. So, 10 stun, which will be applied to their strain. If they don't have strain because they're NPCs, it goes on their health.
Correct.
And I will take a 5 advantage. We'll take a single crit just for a laugh. I'm not sure you can roll crits with stun.
Minor nick. Target suffers 1 strain.
Hey, I resent that statement.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm a major nick.
It's a minion, so it takes normal damage rather than
Yeah,
normal strain.
yeah. And I will pass 2 blues to the next player. Thank you.
Who's going to take it? Who's going to jump in?
Go ahead, Spanish.
I think it should be Thaddeus. He's in the action. I've got to catch up, so I'll go last.
Well, Thaddeus
Be
doesn't
careful.
really know what to do because he's suddenly caught on that, Clack's using stun.
Because he doesn't want to damage everything behind it.
Yeah. And all Thaddeus has is a flamethrower
Does he?
and a vibroblade. He's not very good with it. More of like a utility knife than like,
This is a
And-
tin can that needs opening.
Yeah. I think what Thaddeus is just going to do is he's going to move in behind the robot. Because the robot's objective is to stop people from getting in there. So Thaddeus's logic is he's going to try and move in there so that the robot doesn't shoot at anyone else. Does that make sense?
So you're trying to go behind it and step inside the unit so that it.
Yeah.
So that it turns.
So that it tries to throw me out, like to try and protect the stuff
Okay,
rather
yeah, makes
than
sense.
aiming at someone else and like.
Yeah.
And
But I won't even attack.
you can use your action to take a dodge stance or a defensive stance or something that does something. You can take a
A guarded stance.
that's the one.
Take penalties to melee attacks for bonuses to melee. For a bonus to melee damage. That's not what you want, is it?
There's something.
I don't actually care. It doesn't matter. My action is going to be like pushing past this guy and getting into this thing.
Guarded stances are black to combat checks, so any attacks he takes will have a black on them, and gives him melee defensive. The guy, it gives the opponent blacks.
So you're
That's my
just
turn.
stepping round behind him.
Yeah.
To try and force him to basically go, right, I need to get you out rather than. Okay. No worries.
It might work, it might not, but at the very least, it'll distract him.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree that it would do that. Okay, Richard.
Banner uses 2 maneuvers to run up to the door, and the droid has turned around to face Professor Thaddeus, and then Spanos is going to grapple him with his action. Put all 4 arms around him and just grapple him.
Okay.
Or I've got another option if you'd prefer it.
Okay. No, I was just. It's normally for grappling is an opposed check, so I was just going to do that on his turn. So you can do that. That's fine. Unless you want to go with your other option. What's your other option? Which is cooler?
Well, the other option is rolling a computer's check to see if I know how to turn it off. Spanter's got a bit of computer knowledge.
That doesn't sound as fun as the grappling, does it?
Yeah, I'm going to grapple it. Yeah.
Okay. So we see Spatters run up as fast as possible, probably puffing a little bit, and leaps into the air and grabs hold of this droid. Okay. Right, top of the round. So we've got Spatters on the droid. We've got Click Clack now behind it as the droid is turned round to follow Thaddeus, who has stepped into the door of the unit. It doesn't bother with trying to get himself out. He just raises an arm, because he's got blasters in his arm, and fires a shot into Thaddeus. He's going to use it. I guess you're at short range, you're not in engaged range, are you, with him? He took a step out of the door and then fired. You stepped into, is that right? I'm going to say you're at short, just for argument's sake. Pardon?
I have range defense too.
You got range defense too.
2 range defense, yeah.
No worries, that's fine. Sorry, this is actually to go with your thematical way of dealing with it. That's why I've not shrugged off Click Clack just yet. Not Click Clack.
Don't forget the other black from his guarded stance.
Yes, that's okay. Perfect. This doesn't actually do any damage anyway, so it's fine. Basically, lowers its arm, raises its arm, however it wants to do, points at back of Thaddeus, has walked to the door, and it fires out a charge that comes straight out and covers you in like a sticky resin glue thing, and you can't step forward. This is in Snare 5, and then it's distracted with whoever's on his back. Over to you guys.
What detriment does it suffer from being grappled?
It struggles with manoeuvres, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Grapple and snare. Immobilized. That's not what we're looking for, is it? I'm looking at words on this sheet and it's just not sinking in. Just looking at
They're washing over your eyes.
Yeah.
Rattling is a maneuver. That's why I'm not finding it in actions.
I'm looking at my cheat sheet.
It doesn't seem to actually have mechanics.
No. So I take it as kind of like ensnare, which stops it from from basically ensnare stops you from taking what is what I'm just done to Ross. You can't voluntarily take manoeuvres for a number of rounds. There isn't really a mechanic for grappling, really. Knockdown. No, knockdown wouldn't work either. Nor would the ambush. So looking at the ability Swallow, which is the one that the frog creatures get, that's a brawn check to get out. But that is just something you can do on your turn. You just do a check to see if you can escape before you take your turn.
So in snare says a weapon within snare binds a foe and restricts his movements. When his snare is triggered, the target is immobilized for a number of rounds equal to the weapon's snare rating, which I think is just balanced about the player maintaining the grapple.
Yeah.
An ensnare target may attempt a hard 3 purple athletics checks as his action on his turn to break free. That sounds sensible for grapple. Because let's not forget, if you are talking about like D&D, for example, 5th ed, grappling someone limits their movement and does some other stuff, but they can still attack. It doesn't stop them from doing things. So that seems like a reasonable grapple is just to use ensnare.
Yeah, so let's do that, Richard. Let's just use it as if it's ensnaring. So it's not voluntary allowed, not allowed to move, as in move, walk forward, fall over, do whatever. But I'll tell you what as well. Quickly roll a brawn check. I think you've got a reasonable brawn check against average, and we'll take this as a visual grapple that you've just done. You've got you succeeded doing the grapple, but what I'm doing here is if you've got X successes, then we'll do that as imposing some black dice or something against imposing blue dice for the rest of your team, because black die wouldn't work if we just rolled that check. Blue dice, maybe you're exposing systems or something that the other guys can.
You absolutely now need to think about some grapple rules and special grapple rules for Mr. Forearms as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because ensnaring, like, for what Richard's trying to do here, I think, and ensnaring doesn't really work because I guess it would be grapple.
Maybe he can not immobilize, because that's the same thing, isn't it? But like
knock down or something else, or
yeah.
Well, look, let's do it this way, Richard. So you're a mechanics guy. Let's say that your particular grapple, if you're happy with this, was to get on top of it to try and expose a system that you could attack this turn to help shut it down. Something like that?
Sounds good. Yeah, those are the two things I wanted to achieve. So yeah,
Okay.
combine them.
Yeah, and I do think that they need a grapple rule, even if it's grapple to ensnare, grapple to immobilize, or grapple to something else. I think there should be different rules for that. Maybe we'll make some up. We'll see.
And use brawl.
Sure.
And how many purples?
So what are you doing, trying to do now? The dice roll that I was telling you to make?
Yeah, the previous one to pin it. Do you still want that?
No, because I was saying that if I was going to give you whatever successes worked out to be what the ensnare value was, but if you're going to on this turn do some form of check to try and do system damage to it or something like that to try and slow it down, then we'll just say that you've jumped on and grappled on, and then this time around you can do whatever you want to. If that makes sense.
Yes.
I didn't not convinced at all, that one.
I'm going to use the computer's check to see if I can determine how to switch it off
Okay.
without having to damage it. What difficulty do you want?
It's encased in quite a lot of stuff. It will have some exposed parts. Let's go for a hard one. Computers.
Okay, that was my turn.
It feels anticlimactic. Let's say that you can pass on some blues to the other guys because maybe you didn't find the system you're looking for, but you've definitely exposed or done something. Maybe it's like, shoot here! And
I'll take the next slot then, if that's okay. So let's shoot a droid up. I mean, you know, no offense, that is.
Droid's life matters.
Droid. Whoa. Come on now. How short range? Stun. Not that it particularly matters with NPCs, it's much of a muchness.
Yeah, well, it does matter to some. Nemesis
Well, technically it doesn't matter, but yeah. That's right. Okay.
Perfect.
It does.
So that's 12 damage, is that right?
That is, well, it depends. If I take that crit as a success, it's 13
Yeah,
damage.
it definitely needs to be 13 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So, Spanner's on top of it, trying to work out, and eventually goes, shoot here! As he sort of lifts a panel or something like that, and gives you the advantage, and you fire your shot, it's done shot into that, and you just see that electrical charge go up the body. Spanners drops off so he doesn't get caught in the electrical discharge, and you just sort of see it shake, and then it just flops to the floor.
Well, that was an unexpected treat. I do like a good workout in the morning.
I prefer them a bit more alive. Anyhow, and I'll start to cut myself out with my vibroblade.
Are you okay there, Thaddeus?
Figure it out. But thank you, Tic Tac. Why don't you two get to looting?
Requisitioning.
Ooh. Yes, Spanners. Can you wipe the droid's memory banks, please?
Of course, I shall try it.
Thank you.
What difficulty do you want for that one?
Well, it's not resisting you because it's in kind of like a shutdown thingy mode. So let's go for average computers for that one, please, sir. Go on, sorry.
Bannis plugs his data pad into the head of the droid and tries to look through its memory banks to see if it can find the video footage of us taking it down, and he succeeds.
Nice. So you find exactly the memory for the last. To be sure, you've done 5 minutes to ensure that memory wipe has gone, and you delete those files, and it's all sorted as far as you're concerned. I don't say that to be threatening. I say that just as far as you're concerned. You've done a good job, and it's finished. So Thaddeus has been cutting himself free after giving that wonderful suggestion. And there is equipment in this room. There is tools. There's a tool bench. There's the scrap that's come back. And from the search that you had, there was some things that, what Thaddeus saw. There was definitely some things that looked in better quality on first appearance. From that short glimpse that you saw, that might be worth it. So I will let you all roll a D100.
With advantage.
With advantage? I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I got a critical success on my spot check.
Yeah, but
He did.
So
Yeah.
can I get advantage?
One advantage.
We'll get one advantage then. For I'll let you
Ross,
choose.
Ross rolls it because he rolled
You
the
take it,
crit.
Spanners.
Yeah, I'm happy for him to pass it on to somebody, but so just one advantage. So roll a D100. Richard, you can roll 2, and then you may choose to take the item or not. You can replace any one of your, because we're not thematically keeping track of what the actual item is. You may replace one of your items should you choose.
And again.
So 50.
Why am I so bad at this?
What was his lowest level item?
18%. Nice.
Look at that.
You beautiful.
So Ross's lowest item was 27 to 100. Richard.
Was Ross looking for Ross stuff, or was he looking for Spanner stuff?
I was looking for Ross stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you were looking for your own stuff.
Yeah.
So Richard's lowest score of 18 goes to 58.
My lowest score was 46. Go to the spreadsheet that you sent. I've got
I'm looking
83.
at Andrews, I'm sorry. So sorry, beg your pardon. So 46.
46 to count to 58.
Goes to 58, yeah. And Nick, your lowest score
That's
was
fuck all.
14. So although it looked nice and shiny on first appearance, it wasn't. Would someone please roll a D100 on behalf of Andrew?
Perfect, Nick.
75.
Oh,
Okay.
that-
So
I'm still going to take that 13 part.
yeah.
just,
No. Because spare parts are still spare parts. It might be useful for some tinkering or something
true.
later.
no problem. So Andrew's 18% part goes to a 75%.
Oh, look at that. He's going to be so happy.
So that brings him up quite nicely. Okay, great. You've finished in this one.
We want to try one more.
One more. Okay.
Or are we happy with what we've got? I'm sorry, I'm asking the group, not you, Dan. I'm not telling you, Dan. I'm asking the group. Do we want to try one more, or are we happy with what we've got?
How long did it all take us to get this, to find the
That's a
parts, to
very good
dismantle it?
Um,
And does the war still sound like it's eking? because by now people are going to be like dropping out. They're going to be knocked out. They're going to be coming back to their areas, and that's what I'm worried about.
I'd
Or are
say
they going to be going to the pub to watch the rest of it? Is it being live streamed by?
it might be. We can say that it is. I would say between coming to the hotel to picking a unit, checking out the security system, opening up the door, battling the droid, unsheathing the there's the wrong word. Releasing Thaddeus and doing the droid memory while looking at the equipment. Probably half hour. I'd say you've got time to do at least one more.
I mean, if the DM says that, then yes.
Let's not impose unnecessary restrictions on ourselves. Like it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
One more.
You can do one more.
Spanners, would you like to undo the next one? And he will just take a step back with his rifle ready this time. There might be a fist on the way out when you open the door.
No, Jed. What difficulty did you want for that? What was it last time?
Is it a hard check? I can't remember if it's hard or average. I think it was average, wasn't it? Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Um,
You must be aware for unexpected fisting.
Thaddeus will stand right in the doorway.
it was a hard check. You got 3 yellows, Nick, on your...
3 yellows, 3 purples. It looks
Yeah.
like I've rolled.
Yeah, so it's a hard one, Richard. Probably doesn't matter to you anyway.
No.
No, perfect. So you do it, but you actually do it in a different manner to how Click Clack did it. He moved off like
Better.
a thumbprint.
Does it better?
Maybe you don't damage the panel. Maybe you just kind of do it, fiddle around with it, put the panel back on, take a step back. I'll give you that for your advantage. And then the door opens literally 3 or 4 seconds later. So he's done it with style.
Nice.
And you open up the unit. Can I have a perception check, please, from someone? I'm happy for you to do it as a group if you wish to do it as a group.
My perception is 1 yellow, 1 green. Do you got better than that, then, Ross?
I have 1 yellow, 2 greens.
Oh, you can have a blue from us. Helping. Backseat. Percepting.
So do it as average and don't appear to be in any particular rush. Please. Okay, great. You open up this unit. It opens up. You can see parts and bits and pieces around. You see in the back, in a hammock, there is like an older fella who's clearly still asleep, covered in a bit of dirt and bits and pieces. But he's soundo, absolutely soundo.
I will point it out to everyone.
And then the items that you can see from the door being open, they actually look okay. Again, seem reasonable.
Fellas will close the door and relock it.
Okay.
I think that's going to end in death for the poor guy. If he wakes up and we're in there.
I was just going to walk up to him and like double stun him, but
Yeah, that is. Would he know that he'd been stunned if he was asleep and he got stunned?
I don't know.
Suppose he'd wake up and his body would be a bit sore, but like.
go unconscious for a whole hour when you hit 0 strain. So it'd actually be like someone cost you in your sleep, so you'd probably wake up quite uncomfortable. We'll just try a different one.
So if he wakes up and sees us, I can't wipe his memory.
I can wipe his memory
Okay,
across the walls.
Yeah.
no problem. So you may do another check to open up another one if you're doing one more.
That one doesn't open.
Oh, it doesn't open.
No. The panel, you open the panel, but the wires on the back are just completely crisscross. You're like, what the hell? Who made this one? And
I do one while he's doing it, just so it's not Richard keep doing them until
sure,
we succeed in another one.
You
Is
can
that
open another one, yeah.
unless you.
No,
What's your
yeah,
mechanics? No, Ross.
Oh,
Ross,
sorry.
what's your? No, okay. No,
So these two locks.
kill the man. Take his stuff.
These two locks give you a lot of aggravation. You try the method before, it doesn't work. You try another method, that doesn't work. So you've tried Click Clack's way, you've tried Spanner's way. These doors in particular, whether they've been modified on the inside, you don't know, but you can't open them up. But these take you a good 10-15 minutes to try and work out, and you probably think, yeah, maybe it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
Leave.
Okay.
Just casually. Remember. Oh, you haven't got a vest on, have you? Well, yeah, I was. Planners doesn't have a
Richard,
vest
you
on.
don't have a vest on, do you?
I might.
Remember to look dejected. He says to Thaddeus, and is he saying to look dejected? He like peters off because he realizes Thaddeus can't look dejected, and Click Clack can't look dejected. He is. Don't worry about it.
Thaddeus does like a very obvious droid lump. You know, like how a person would walk when they're sad, like shoulders dropped, but he exaggerates it a huge amount. So he's like bent over, like, and walking around like that. That's how he looks dejected. But it's rubbish.
Actually draws more attention to you than it's that bad.
Click Clack will take his red vest off and drag it behind him, he's taking it back to where he belongs, but he's done. You know, it looks like he's done. He's out. He's sad about it.
Sure. So you guys leave the speeder park, which obviously led down to the garages, and you look all dejected in your own particular ways.
Like we've just been taken out of this war game.
And you can still hear that there is battling going on in the distance, but it does sound like it's quietened down, especially on the edges. It sounds more like where Spanner saw the chaos as he walked through the town. It sounds like there's a lot of chaos going over there still. Maybe things have come to an end out here, and all the fighting's kind of concentrated in the middle, all the battling in the middle. But yeah, you can see other people that have taken their vests off and they're sitting on the ground or chatting or having a laugh, and you can see other ones that aren't wearing vests now. They're going off to go get a drink or do something else. But it all looks like it was fun. People seem to have had fun. You can hear them saying that was great fun. I'd love to do that again,
I'm so glad we took part in that event that was randomly put upon us, and I feel really sorry for people that did other things and not played that really fun event that we put in.
Exactly. And ruin the GM's plans. But you can hear people saying they had a good time and it was good fun. And a lot of these people don't necessarily have blasters or hold blasters and things, so that for them it was quite an experience and a good laugh. And you're heading back to your unit? Okay, no worries. You go back to your unit, and you find your door slightly ajar.
Oh no!
Yes, sorry.
I did say that we should have.
But not just your door, just your door. You can see that a lot of these units have been tampered with. Some of them have got scorch marks against the paneling. Others' doors are just slightly left open. And when you get to yours and you see it's slightly ajar, you start to see other crews come up and go, we've been hit. And other words that they say, and people getting yump and go into their units, and you can hear shouting and screaming. Can I have you all please roll your own D100s to see? Actually, I tell you what, simplest way.
We could roll a D6 minus 1. We've got 5 items. Find out which item was nicked.
Yeah, it's going to be an item that's been taken.
Just roll a D100 and 0 to 20, 21 to 40.
Yeah, do that.
Because that uses
Yeah.
the game system then, doesn't it?
That's it, yeah. So roll D100 and then whatever the 1 to 20, etc.
So my item 5.
Ross,
Item 2.
2 stolen.
That was the bad one, wasn't it? That was-
No!
Oh no, God, what is that? Is that a good one that you've lost?
It's 100%.
Can someone roll
Oh,
for Andrew, please?
I'm having the worst luck.
Can't Spanish roll for Andrew.
It should have sent Spanners back here to
Did
prevent
I?
her. Yeah.
Don't get me to roll for Andrew. But terrible luck. Someone else do it.
No, you've used. We've all rolled from then. It's even Stevens.
Okay. His item number
4.
4,
Okay.
which is his bad one. So I did roll favourably for him.
Yeah.
Seems slightly unfair.
But we've got our replacement items anyway, so it's fine, right?
Well, no, because those items replaced. Oh, okay, sure. No is the answer from the GM. You're now missing items. I'll update those on the list, so we'll put them to 0 for Miss Stolen. But yes, you can see that someone's clearly gone through here and ransacked what's going on. Some of your food hamper is missing, a couple of your tools are missing, and the parts that we've rolled are gone. They're not. No one's left parts in replace. They're gone. Oh, I'll leave my old part. They're just gone. Completely disappeared.
Just checking. Mine was the second one that was stolen. Is that the one that was an 18?
That was 100%.
Oh, you also lost 100%.
Me.
I'll update this in a second. I'll tell you the percentage.
What did I lose, Dan?
You lost item 5. You lost 100% as well.
Oh,
What
what?
the fuck?
Richard
Yeah.
lost 100%, and Andrew lost a 63%. No, sorry, 18%. So he actually lost a very bad item, but you guys all lost very good items.
God damn it, man.
This game is shit, right?
Sort of
I was
shit
so
GM
happy.
just does that to their players.
I actually had a whole thing planned for one of you defending it and coming under attack and whatnot. But
Good night, my love.
we'll see what happens next time. But we're going to cut.
Look, right. Well, Clickclack's taking the stun off of his gun.
For next time, just in case someone comes
See
along.
flames kind of flare out of Thaddeus's mouth too. He's also pissed.
I mean, we did
Is
just do
there
it to
any
someone else, but
evidence?
that's not the point.
Yeah, we need to find out who did this and burn the shit out of them.
But we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
On Tales of Star Wars.
Thank you very much, Dan. That was awesome.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.